All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechahakodash, double honors to Mother Apostles, a great millstone, peace and citation to the hopeful members of the elect, the B'charim, the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined, to get delivered in these last times, and to be the ruling governing body of the nation, Yasha'Allah. So I want to get into a lesson on this article that came up on my phone, all right? I also put it in the group chat for brothers to see. But it goes into the universal basic income, which is a trap, all right? You know, it's a trap, all right? And that's all gonna boil down to when these devils, implement that chip, all right? So the basic, or universal basic income, what is that? First, let's get let's look that up real quick. So it says universal basic income. So UBI, right? It's a social welfare proposal in which all citizens of a given population regularly receive a guaranteed income in the form of an unconditional transfer payment, right? Without a means test or need to work, right? So it's all gonna boil down to that chip. Every monthly you're gonna get this amount of money on your CHIP, all right? And they're doing it in gradualism. They might give you a card, get people conditioned to get used to it, all right, to accept that idea. Kind of reminds me of the movie, what, Justin Timberlake, what was that called? In Time, I believe. I could be wrong, but it was a movie that actually was showing you the CHIP in a way and universal basic income, because everyone received a certain amount of time, like money, because time was like the new currency. The time, that you lived upon this earth, and if it went to zero, you die. But everyone would receive like a certain amount of time. The poor, they would get less time, all right. But the rich, they would get like an infinite amount of time, all right. So let's go back to this article. It says, so 6,750,000 will be handed out with no strings attached as new guaranteed income program launches in U.S. All right. A guaranteed income program is set to disperse millions of dollars to families on the West Coast. The program, dubbed the Nest, aims to support 150 families disproportionately impacted by poverty living in Washington State. The pilot program is designed to support indigenous families in King County, Pierce County, or in the Tulalip Reservation, and the sign-up process is now open. It will begin doling out monthly payments of $1,250 with no strings attached to selected families when the mother reaches her 12th week of pregnancy until the child's third birthday. Each family is expected to collect a total of $45,000 throughout the duration of the program. Right, so they're aiming at Jake, all right, Gad, the tribe of Gad. Okay, you just read, it's going to be dispersed to certain families and reservations. All right, so I'm gonna play this man right here, the Common Sense Show. All right, which I watch him. He has good, informative news and things he brings out. All right, I got him from Elder Malcolm. So he's gonna go into it. All right, red alert: universal basic income comes with very dangerous consequences. And let me get the scripture real quick before I go into that. All right, let's go to the book of Proverbs, 26 verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. Right, so a pit is a trap. A pit is a trap. You always seen it in like cartoons or shows. When someone falls into a pit, all right, it might be disguised, some leaves on top, and they fall into that pit, that trap. Well, this is a trap that Esau Edom is setting up, you know. But it's all going to fall back on him at his own demise, you see. So we're going to play this man real quick, okay?
Movement, isn't it, right? You know, the looky-loos, the people that, kind of look at this, I sort of know what's going on, but I don't want to get too close, too hot to handle, can't do that, because I'm really a sissy and a coward at heart. And this, I'm just going to call it like I see it, folks. And universal basic income will appeal to those people, but it will be the Trojan horse of their life.
Right.
And I thought maybe you'd like me to take a moment here and share with you some things about where this will lead. Now, if you knew about these two government documents, you looky-loos and fringe sitters, and I'm telling the rest of you this so you can educate them as to who and what they really are and why this is ultimately going to lead to their demise, let's just back up. Universal basic income. We don't have enough jobs for you. There's AI and a contracting economy as we collapse civilization so we can build it back better. No. We don't have a place for you in the workforce, but we'll pay you to do nothing. The only thing is, it won't be nothing. See, there's your Trojan horse. And we have the documents to prove it.
Now, what this man won't go into, which he doesn't know prophecy, is it will later transfer into that CHIP. All right? The universal basic income. You know, let's get Revelation real quick. Something that we all should know. Revelation 13, verse 16. And it reads, "And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Right. That word mark in the Greek, it goes back to charagma, which means an engraven idol. All right. And then the latter root word is charax, which means a palisade, a stake, a needle. And then the latter root word of that is graphos, which means your database, your writings, your information. That will all be stored in that CHIP. Okay. And it says, "In that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Right. So you won't buy or sell. Okay. With this universal basic income, everyone's going to get some type of income money. All right. But it's going to start out gradually. You know, it might be it's going to most likely be on a card. All right. And then later it's going to be on that CHIP, you know, the chip. That's how it's going to come down to. All right. And if you don't have that, you won't be able to buy or sell.
So let's go to...
Hold on, I'll be back real quick. Let me just put this right here. So like this Panera. But just listen though.
We'll take this first. As you can see, this is you can see right here as we scroll down. By the way, what is the year on this? 2018. I first published this relevant material back in about 2010. Came in during the Obama administration. Okay. Now, yes or no? Do the global elite want you to live in a confined area? Do they want you to stack and pack on top of each other where you won't need cars, don't burn fossil fuels? No need for real forms of transportation because you won't be traveling. They'd like that, wouldn't they? Do you think they'll put any conditions on their generosity? And I'll just say this too. You know they're Fabian socialists, right? And Fabian socialists basically believe, as Herbert Spencer devised this notion, which is one of the 5 pillars of modern sociology, and if you don't put more into society than you take out, you've heard me say it before, what happens? Well, they should do away with you. Okay, so you think they're going to let you just lounge, get a suntan, hang out, you know, play some pickleball? Do you think that's what they're really going to let you do? Okay, well, no, they're going to open air prisons like smart cities can take different forms. This very well what I'm showing you here in the inset
right.
here could
Hey,
very well.
you know, smart cities. All right, which Esau, he wants to build, you know. That's why he's taking out all these different farmlands. And look at Hawaii. They got Hawaii, you know, that island, well, Maui, got scorched up because they want to, you know, implement their smart cities. All right. But this is why they're, you know, burning certain regions of lands, you know, Also take away the the agriculture, all right, because all these farms that got burnt up, all right, you won't have no where to go to crop your food, because Esau's taking over. No coincidence that Bill Gates is owning like a lot of farmland now. This guy's creeping up. He's become like the world best farmer. All right, let's continue.
Be a smart city of the future. Okay, now let's take a look at this. This is a document that we call FM 39.4, and I'm looking here for the reference of it right here. Okay? Now, whenever you herd people into camps, what does history show that happens? This isn't Dave Hodges' conspiracy theory. What does history show you? Do they put people in camps and go, hey, well, thanks for coming. Go back to your homes now and live out your lives. Live long and prosper, nanu nanu. Do they really do that? They don't do that, do they? No. So let's take a look at, first of all, nothing is free. Okay? And when you're living someone else's will because they control your food, they control your water, they control your clothes, they control where you live, they control your shelter, they control your rights, they control everything. And you can only eat what they tell you to eat. Oh, that's another thing, isn't it? Okay, let's look at FM 34. Appendix J. And you can see the date there is February 2010. Okay? Commanders of these camps where people will go must organize and manage detainees in such a manner as to provide ready employment for each detainee. Establish and maintain a current occupation skill record for each detainee and include new skills that they're acquired. So, you know what? It's kind of like, look at it like job training. What if there's a future in it? Assigning individual detainees or job on a regular, permanent basis. You see the words here? This is a subtitle from the document. This is a government document. Regular or permanent basis. Establish vocational training projects and encourage detainees to study and develop needed skills to maximize the extent possible. Yes, we're going to help you build AI until they learn to build themselves. Labor considerations, J-68. The detainee labor may be used for camp administration and installation maintenance. Okay, take care of yourself. Agricultural work, raise your own food. Oh, they're going to let you eat some food from the ground. That's interesting. Public works, public utilities, building operations that have no military character or purpose, transportation and handling of stores that are not military in nature or purpose, and of course domestic service, which means they can assign you to do anything they want.
Right.
It's domestic.
Damn.
It's a service.
Hey, this is just like the movie not District, which they had districts, but this is just like the movie The Hunger Games. We had certain tasks, to live in within within them districts.
You gotta do it. Okay, now, I have a link in here, and I just want to show you this. This is where I got this information. So as this loads here, you can see they call it Internment Resettlement PDF, February 2010. Headquarters, Department of the Army. This publication is now available once we leaked it. Me and Doug Hagman, yep. Internment Resettlement Operations, there they go. They have all kinds of interesting things in here, and I would imagine over the next several weeks, if we have the time and opportunity, we'll be sharing this with you. But I just thought I would show you, this is real stuff, people. This is from your government in the Obama administration. Now we have Obama 3.0, right? We agree with that. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we have that here. And let me expand this so you can see it. One of the things I went through the entire document, they were very nebulous about deaths within the camp. When people die, what are the procedures? They have procedures in hospitals, right? They have procedures in morgues, and you think they'd have procedures in large installation facilities. They have them in prisons. Okay, so here we go. I scoured the Army Concentration Camp Manual, my words. FM 39.4, Internment Resettlement Operations, are only a scant reference to the subject of death in these camps. Now, wait a minute.
Salakia, someone said there's 2 huge FEMA camps in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which I used to live there. I used to live in Traverse City, all right? So, hey, I mean, these FEMA camps are already set up, all right? Those that because, you know, the elites, they got a agenda, depopulation, the Georgia Guidestones, which blown up, by the way. You know, we don't know what caused it. Could have been, you know, Chariot, Esau. Either way, 500 million reduced. 500, or keep humanity around 500 million. So billions of people reduced. You see? And these FEMA camps are going to put a lot of people in. A lot of people are going to be forced to work there. A lot of people are going to die there. All right? It's no coincidence as well that, you know, people have been filming big coffins that can fit 12 bodies.
Document painstakingly describes an interrogation process, food preparation, transport, and care of detainees, but they barely mention how they're going to deal with dead bodies. Aren't people going to die in captivity? In a facility filled with a divergent population with regard to age, health status, and physical conditioning, shouldn't the authorities be concerned with what happens when an inmate dies from an unexpected heart attack or stroke? What would they do with the dead bodies? If proper preparations are not taken for the proper care and disposal of dead bodies, wouldn't that imperil the health of fellow inmates, not to mention the guards and other military personnel? They would be a primary concern for any facility. However, this is one area where FEMA is silent. Okay, so we're going to see what we can pull out for this. From the aforementioned references, the following passages speaks to how the Army deals with the subject of death. Okay, so Section 5, paragraph 69, when a detainee in U.S. custody dies, the attending medical officer will immediately purge the detention facility commander or hospital commander or the commander of the unit exercise custody over the detainee if the death did not occur in a facility with the detainee's full name, their ISN, and capture tag. Oh, interesting, capture tag. Date, place, the circumstances of the detainee's death, initial assessment as to whether the detainee's death was or was not the result of the deceased own misconduct. Own misconduct. You notice they didn't say self-injurious behavior. Their misconduct led them to die. Here's the point. When did that misconduct occur? Prior to the capture or after the capture, or both? What is interesting about 569 is that this is not categorized in a meaningful manner except to say there is a conscious effort to determine if the death was due to their own actions. Okay? Paragraph, section 5, section 72. The office, sorry about that. The Office of the Armed Forces Medical Examiner is responsible for completing a final DD Form 26.
So you see, there's a lot that comes with this whole universal basic income. You know, certain things you're going to have to do, all right? There's going to be a gradualism, you know. But I'm just going to stop right there. You know, I might come back later on, finish the rest of the video. Okay? So with that, you know, Lord willing, you know, this has been edifying. All right, I suggest, you know, you subscribe to his channel, Common Sense Show. Again, he brings out good information from time to time. All right, as well as Dabu7. You know, I think he's on Patreon or Dabu Live TV. I know he's on Rumble as well. Watch him as well. You know, brothers. Again, you know, watch the news. You know, and not just any news. You know, CNN. Yeah, I like to see what the elites want to put out. Watch, you know, alternative news sites. You know, again, ZeroHedge.com. Go on that. Zero Hedge. Dabu. Go on Rumble. All right. The Common Sense Show. You know, go on these channels. All right. The what's that guy's name? Something Farmer. The Doomsday Farmer. Something like that. But you know, again, you know, go on these alternative news sites. All right. Because hey, you know, we're supposed to be watchmen. All right. You know, looking for the prophecies. Okay. Because everything is a smoke screen. You know, this whole thing in Israel, Hamas war, it's all a smoke screen. Because again, these elites, they're already setting up traps, all these executive orders, all right, to take away, you know, well, really, you had no freedom anyways. It's all an illusion. But they're setting up all these executive orders, all right, because hey, these people are about to lose big time, all right? These people are about to lose big time, you know? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. Shimmer Chakwadash, Davana Sumer Apostles, Great Millstone, peace and salutations to hopeful members of the elect. Shalom.